said we, a family,
Project Hip Hop is a youth-led organization, and we do cultural organizing. Essentially, we try to have young artists come in and teach them how to use their art towards social justice.
I'm a singer. I also write poetry. My artistic ability is a lot of things.
I'm a cultural organizer / MC / cover.
I'm a spoken word artist, poet, writer, and I actually found that out or stepped into that at Project Hip Hop as a young person.
When I first came to Project Hip Hop, I was more just involved in the visual arts. Being here, I've done a lot more spoken word, and I've done some theater.
I can act, kind of say.
I am a person on staff with the least amount of artistic ability. It's not funny, it's just true.
The ICA performance at the Institute of Contemporary Arts, I really like that because I felt like I was VIP. They had us in the back in dressing rooms, had us going through mad stuff. It was hot.
At poetry. Coming to Project Hip Hop is it makes me love what I do even more. It makes me realize that you can really do something with the art that you have. You can really move people. You can really make a difference. And I guess that's what I love the most. I just love being a singer. I love singing. Project Hip Hop did that.
Art is something that any of us can create. Now, we all might have different opinions about how good something is or is not. But culture is something that we all share, right? So something rises to the level of being culture when people have it together, right? It's not something you did or I did. It's something that we all share, which is why hip hop is a culture. What's organizing? Okay, so sometimes people talk about activism, right? And activism is important. It's when somebody says, I'm not taking this anymore, I'm gonna do something about it, right? And we need activists, right? Rosa Parks was an activist, right? She decided to take a stand. She didn't ask anybody for permission, but she did it. But the Montgomery bus boycott was organizing. Why? Because it wasn't just one individual person. It was about a group of people saying, we are not gonna take this anymore. And so for me, cultural organizing is using things that are meaningful to us all to give us the power and the internal strength that we need collectively to change things.
To resistance. We went from resistance to a real unity. Somehow our unity got broken up, and now we're in straight ignorance. We need to come back together as one and take this generation to places where we want to go.
What kept me here as a young person, I think, was that I started to be able to name what it was that I was experiencing outside of Project Hip Hop in terms of my own injustice in school and in education, and I started to get a lot of answers to questions I had about, differences in neighborhood and, why one place looks like this or has these things versus another place, and why certain schools do better than others, and, what causes that, what attributes to that. And Project Hip Hop started to give me the training and the experiences and the resources to be able to name what it was that I was experiencing that had me so frustrated.
All the people I've met, all the things we've done, everything I've been learning, I think that's what keeps me here. Being at Project Hip Hop, it feels like, you learn something new every day.
So the flash mob was a way to teach people about who they are and to be that person that they are.
This is Naila from Project Hip Hop, and I just want to tell you back and also
Young
congratulate
people can lead that. Young people who have a handle on what the issues are, how people respond to it, and are also learning about it themselves.
Well, I think like being here longer, I use that like as a role here at Project Hip Hop too. Like for the new people that come in, I can teach them like things I've learned already.
Project Hip Hop has helped me by just making me stronger as a person and like really accepting who I am. There is no other place like here. There's no other place where you can come and talk about what outside problems are and talk about how the community's messed up, but not just talk about how it's messed up, but how we can fix it.
Especially living in this community. Like I live right up the street, so I'm like, you know, I might as well be involved with some community work around my community if I'm gonna make it better. Cause you know, I got pushing too to make it better because I live here too.
So essentially, what kept me here was that I found my voice at Project Hip Hop as a young person. I found my passion. I found something that I was very personally connected to and driven by here. So that was important to me because that was sustaining.
Definitely taught me how to be proud of who I am and not care what anybody else thinks about me. Personally, I had some issues with my background and where I come from, and the darkness of my skin, and coming here, it made me feel really comfortable because they made me realize I can love myself and I don't have to worry about what the rest of the people say. And I can love my voice specifically. I had the biggest stage fright. I hated going on stage. I have a beautiful voice, and now I can say it and be proud of it and not be cocky. But it made me really accept who I am and love who I am and not let anybody else change that.
Project Hip Hop, and that's one of my homes. In my own home, I like to say all of my homes. I want to put a number on them, but it's still my home, and I'm more happy to be here than anywhere else.
I like the camaraderie. I like how everybody seems to be familiar with one another. Everybody seems to support one another. You guys are very serious about what you do and the commitment.
Project Hip Hop is a place where you can just be yourself. And you don't have to be fake. And the people who works with you, it's they make you feel like you're home. Outside of school. It's I'd rather be here than be home sometimes.
Just the people mainly. The people I really have a connection with, it's like a second family. So the only reason I come in is to have fun and get away from all the stuff that's happening in the streets because that's just mad drama. It's a stress-free environment, so I come here to get peace.
Project Hip Hop is a place for young teens, to stay positive. That's what I think Project Hip Hop is to me. And they help you out on whatever you need, so, that's how I see it.
Creole, not French. So I got that Caribbean stuff. Wait, it's like I said, come over here and let's speak people. Everybody, we are family.
Alright. So we in Project Hip Hop. Get it right. Not hip hop. Project is alright. We cooking, swagging it, mad because we got that spaghetti. Okay, because we cooking with my family. Ready to get it right because we ain't, yeah. It's my family, so I'm it's my family, so we be it's my family, so we keep it tight. Okay, I'm about to pass the mic. So, we got my spaghetti. Get it.
See, it's PHH, I'm stuck on the mic. Me and my crew just hold it down tight. Gotta ball hard and I gotta say it right. I'm nice, keep it hot, I'm nice on the mic. I'm nice every day and it's PHH. I'm going too fast and I gotta pump my brakes. If I got drama, I'ma say it to your face. Hold on, I'm talking about my black race. Mahapa every day and I'm talking about Africa. I don't even care cause I'm a scavenger.